Boom. Here, and I'm going to share my screen. So I went over the install with Robert on how to install it. So for next time when we do a couple of these, there's two reasons we're going to be using this theme. One is to get sites up faster, out the door, easier design by starting with, and two, to have 10 people to be able to install 10 installs and work on 10 websites without me having to do them all. So that'll free up a lot of time and make us a lot more fun.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna have to kind of unlearn what you've learned before when it comes to this theme. There's two parts to this theme. There's the theme interface itself, and then there's a visual composer or the elemental part. The visual composer elemental part is the same as you've always done before. When you get to the page, you do your little bars, you put your little plugins, all that stays the same. The way the site functions, the way the site works, the way the site installs, that's a little different. Everything is cookie cutter, but cookie cutter 2.0. You can do a lot. So once theme is installed, you're gonna see a new option up here called theme options. Okay, I don't use the wizard. The wizard gives you 3 or 4 little options. I'm gonna walk you through all of these options one by one. The skins is not as important. Skins are kind of pre-built, and I'll show you. When you click on skins.
It's more, it was just like,
It just has like a default.
when,
Or you make your own skins at the bottom. So I really worry about this.
When air gets cold,
Sorry, you're breaking up a little bit. So by default header, you mean like what? It changes the type of header, like as far as like a solid background?
Well, no. The skins are, let's just say that you started from scratch. You didn't import the theme. It has a blue look, a red look.
Gotcha.
I really wouldn't mess with that. I would just really ignore that right now.
You already imported the default.
Yeah, we installed a theme already, so we don't have to worry about that part. So under theme options, branding is where you're going to change the logos. Okay, very important. This site supports Retina, meaning is if you have a 4K resolution or higher, it's going to load the higher resolution logo and scale it down so it's always sharp. So when you upload the logo, and no, it does not support SVG, the logos will have to be in PNG or JPEG, or whatever the standard is. But when you upload the logo, you need to always upload it in 2 sizes. The original size that you want it to be on your design, and the double Retina size, high resolution.
So what would I have to do there? Like increase the the pixel or resolution?
The pixel. So let's just say your logo is 100 by 100 pixels. And if you have it on Illustrator, then size it up to 200 by 200. If you see the difference here. And you're gonna upload the first logo, which is, the first logo always base the size of how it's gonna be on the design. This can actually be even bigger. It could be 4 times as big, but you don't, it's not necessary. This will scale down to this, but it will use this to generate the sharpness of the logo, so it's not blurry. Okay? So when we say main, this is the main logo for the header. Okay? Now when you, and this will control the padding, how much top padding the logo has, how much right padding the logo has, bottom or left. All the CSS for that one logo is here. Okay? Now, right now we're doing a transparent header in this homepage. If we would have went to an inside page that didn't have a slider, it would use that logo. We're on the home page, so it's going to use this logo. The reason there's a different logo is because you might want a white logo on a transparent header and a black logo or a colored logo on a white header. So that's why you do have the options. Again, same logo. You can choose to use a custom logo, or you can pick main logo. If you pick main logo, then whatever settings you do here gets applied here. If you do custom logo, then you can upload a special logo and even do special padding independent from the main logo.
Okay.
Now, as we
as far as that space though that we have there, is that that's all we have, right? Can we increase like it says padding, right? Would it add the padding inside or outside?
No, padding is outside, right here.
Okay.
It's a margin. They're calling
Okay,
it
okay.
padding. It's a padding around the logo itself.
Okay,
So
cool,
if
cool.
I want to go to Chrome and inspect this logo,
Because you know how padding could also bring everything in, like inward rather than outward.
okay, that's a good thing to do. Let's test that. Let's go ahead and you're right, maybe it might bring it inward. So let's go ahead and add 100 padding to the top, and let's see if it shrinks the logo. I'm going to save the options, and we should be able to see it on the spot. Oh no, it moved the logo down. There you go, you see? So let's move that back to 10 and save.
Try the right. Do 100. Do 100 on the right.
Okay.
Just right quickly.
You see? Yeah. It pushed the menu.
Oh, cool. All right, perfect.
So now you know that you can test this in real time. It's not, you don't have to say, I wonder if I can. Oh, shit, what was the original? 50.
It was 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
50 and
Don't get scared. Don't be scared.
I'll get scared. I'll get scared. So the best part about this is you can test this in real time while you're designing this. So you don't have to limit yourself in that case. Now, the next logo, this is just branding, is the scrolling logo. As you scroll, here's the setting. Here's the logo. Here's the logo high res. You can choose to keep the main logo settings, or you can use a custom logo for the scrolling. Has his own padding, has his own spacing, everything else. Okay? Now you notice it's a little more squished in here. It's probably because the header is a lot smaller and is affecting the logo. So in this case, maybe we should eliminate the padding. Let's see what that does. I just moved it a little bit. So we could probably adjust the scrolling header option for the logo.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back. So that's a logo for this. You can choose to keep the main logo, save it, and now whatever settings that you do on the main logo will be applied to the mobile logo. You see how now it's the same size? So let's keep it like that, simple. You don't have to go crazy, but you do have the option of changing the scrolling logo.
Yeah.
Mobile header, okay? This is the mobile logo. You go over here where it says view, and you switch to mobile.
Oh, nice.
Right now, I don't see a logo on mobile because transparent mobile logo, there wasn't any. So we can say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and use the transparent header logo for the mobile. Let's save that.
Y nada.
Espérate, chico. There it is.
Okay, cool.
So the logo just turned on for here. So, or you can do a custom logo just for the mobile. Again, this is just the logo.
Wow.
Okay.
With the options, that's good.
Let's go back to the desktop. And now you have a bottom bar. Bottom bar is all the way at the bottom of the page, is this section down here. Usually where the copyright is. In this case, there's no logo.
Oh, okay. The footer.
If I decide, no, this is under the footer, is the bottom bar. If I decide I want this little tiny icon here to be the bottom bar logo, it should appear now.
Okay.
So you know what? It's too tiny. Let's remove that, and let's pick the bigger one that's square instead. You know, and let's use the same one for the retina because I don't have a high res logo of it. Save options. There's our logo down there. See? So if you don't want that because you're not going to put the copyright and you want the logo flush, then you just simply remove it. Remove all the padding, all the spacing. And there's nothing down there. Okay, favicon, you know what that is, the little favorite icon. You upload your own custom here. Favicon for handheld devices, old iPads, old Retinas on there. Copyright. Save option is probably going to appear right here. See? Simple, direct. Those are the options. That's just the branding. When you're done with the branding, then you can jump down to general appearance. What general appearance is, you remember how when we're designing a website and we have to say, how wide should this website be? In this case,
Yeah, these settings kind of remind me of like I've worked on templates like this, that they have sort of like these type of settings. You know, it's like the customize button, really.
right.
It's kind of like the customize tab, and that you're making all the changes here on the left side.
On most themes, you have a drop down that you pick 1170, 1300, and then you're stuck. In this case, if you want this website to be a little wider, change it to 1600. Save options, and now this menu is probably going to be a little wider.
Wow, nice.
So now the page is a little wider, everything's a little wider. So we want to change the content now to be back to 1300. Save options. Now the content is 1300. You see?
Yeah, nice.
So our base content, 1300 is a good size, but if our market is 4K, if this is a website for selling 4K monitors, then our market is 4K and we should make the website wider, you know?
Yeah. How can we, do we have something like, I know you gave me a list as far as like, what are the most common screens that people own?
The most common screen is 1920 by 1080. That's the most common.
By 1080, which?
I gotta find that old link. So
yeah,
being 1300, meaning the 1080 will see it clean without a problem. But if you feel that these images should be a lot bigger, because as it is, these are pretty big, as you can see.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Feel that they need to be a lot bigger, and 1300 is not enough, and you want to go 1800 on the website, then you change it, and now the website's a lot wider. There's less white space, but look at your, but now your full width is very close to your inner width, and you're kind of losing that full width feel.
Yeah.
That's the reasoning behind
that contrast.
Behind having the 1300 as your base, so you do have that separation. It doesn't look like a mistake. But you as a designer have that control and that ability.
Nice.
Background is the background of the actual website that you don't really see here. When you go full width, how we're doing, you don't really see the background. You have to go boxed. And in boxed, you'll be able to change the color. Like the old style with the left bar and the right bar. So that's what this area is here. Okay, and this is the main padding of your content and sidebar. So right now, by default, this website has a padding of top 40, bottom 80, right 50. So you have the ability. When does it break into mobile? You have the ability. What is the padding for the mobile? So now we go to mobile view, and you see the padding that's in here. Let's decide we don't want the top padding to be 40 or the bottom 80 or the right 20, 20. We want to make the mobile padding 10 and 10 because we want to see more of the content.
Yeah.
So now the spacing for the content becomes only 10 pixels between here and the sidebar itself. You see?
Yeah.
So you have that control. Let's put it back to 20 because it was pretty.
It is really cool because it is excellent because this way you could simultaneously be designing both.
Exactly.
Mobile and desktop.
And tablet is here too.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have that ability, but it's going to save you a lot of design time to try to think. Like for instance, content boxes. These here, by default, is nothing. But let's say that everything that has a content box, you want it to have a drop shadow. So you can do that globally. I just got to see what a content box is. It might be a specific element. I don't see it here. So we'll leave that off. Dividers. Whenever you use HR on the website, what should a divider color be? Accent colors. So right now, this website has red. So if the original site is yellow, we save this, and everything that used this site was an accent, now is yellow. Hyperlinks, buttons, everything throughout the site, the theme color becomes that color.
Cool. Yeah.
You have that call, you have the ability to make it there. Border radius default. on everything.
Can you make it a stroke? Does it give you that option? I know you, well, I'm sure it does.
Yes, on the button settings.
Yeah.
It goes deeper. This is just general settings.
Yeah.
So right here, do you want the beautiful loading on each page? Personally, I hate beautiful loading, but people like it. Like when you close the page, you see a little loader that popped up?
Yeah.
Turn that off or have it on. And
Yeah.
then
I would take it off.
Huh?
I hate that too.
Yeah. So hit disable, hit save options, and now when you go to another page, it just loads without the beautiful loading.
Yeah.
Done.
Nice.
Lightbox opacity. So this is general appearance of the entire site. Okay. Topography. This is where you're going to choose your Google fonts. Right now, you have your content colors. You have your basic fonts that's throughout the entire website. So you go in here and you choose what you want the basic font to be. Arial, Impact, Courier. So this is just the basic fonts. And I think if you keep going, you can even find the Google fonts in here.
Look for Bodega. Bodega Serif. Yeah.
Oh, this might just be the standard font. Let me see. Content fonts.
Oh no, never mind. That's content fonts. Yeah. I was looking for
Let me see something. Hold on.
the headings.
Oh,
Yeah, because
heading
it's more
fonts.
the
Okay,
headings.
here it is.
Yeah.
BOD. Huh, how weird.
It doesn't come up.
We might have to load it. Yeah, we'll probably have to look at a section for Google fonts. Because
Yeah.
I see that these are all fonts, built-in fonts.
Okay.
I'll look into the Google fonts. Maybe there's something we have to preload the Google fonts.
Okay.
Because I see all of this Laura, Metal, Muka, Overpass, Roboto, which is a Google font. So there might be something that we have to choose.
Okay.
For the Google fonts. Yeah, because what's another Google font that we use a lot?
Well, we use a lot of Roboto, Lato.
Yeah, Roboto's there. Lato. Yeah, Lato's there. Okay, you sure that was a Google font?
Open Sans. For the body. I mean for the info, I have Open Sans. But for the titles, I have, as a matter of fact, I have the Photoshop file open right now. And I'm sure it was a Google font. Let me see.
It's weird that it's not on here.
It's called Bodega Serif.
B-O?
Bodega.
No, dude, there's no. Maybe it's a new font. We'll probably have to look into how to add additional fonts to this list. Okay, we'll look into that. It's weird that it's not there.
It's a real nice font, and I think it really like it drives the feel of the.
We'll find a way to add it on there. So the good thing about this is that let's say you want to use Bodega. Let's say this was Bodega. We'll put it in here. You can choose to make it all uppercase or lowercase, or just capitalize the first letter.
Nice. That's awesome.
Why does it have the font change twice? Heading font.
This definitely managing, like easy managing.
Wow. Check this out. So this is the font for all headings. But you can choose to have a different H1 or an H2 or an H3 or an H4. So you can literally make your H4s a different font than the H1s. So it's not just one. Okay, cool.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's cool. So let's just say that we wanted the Open Sans to be the default font.
Yeah.
Just gonna make everything Open Sans for now. To see what happens. Yeah, there we go. Open Sans. Obviously,
awesome.
the header has its own font. We have to find that. And it's probably in the header section. This is the topography for the site. So top bar and header. There we go. Is what I was mentioning before. So this is your layout. How should it behave? In this case, it's a split. The logo's in the middle. You have a left menu and a right menu. Classic, logo on top, menu in the bottom. Inline, logo on the left. sidebar, side slide, hotline, like hamburger menu, floating menu. So you can't manually do the custom header by hand how we do, but this already has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 options. It literally has every possible option of how you're gonna do the header. You know, and then here,
Yep.
the height of the header for the split header, how much padding the header, at what point should the mobile header break? You know, how should
Nice.
the micro widgets be positioned alongside the widget, justified, menu side, how should it behave, full width, disabled, you know, so all this is just on the layout.
What are micro widgets?
I was just gonna jump on that. A micro widget is little areas like social icons and phone numbers. So
Okay.
there's something called a top bar. A top bar is this little area up here that's hidden, okay?
Got
Let's
it.
just say you want social icons up here. So you grab the social icon and you drag it right in there. You hit save options and they're gonna appear. There goes the social icons. But wait, they are touching the corner, no problem. Let's scroll down to the micro widget area and say, well, we want the micro widget area, where's the left? Right, okay, the left, here we go. Let's give it 100 pixels padding. Huh, is that the right area? Left micro widgets pad area. That should have been the settings for that. Oh wait, micro widgets navigation area. Nope, I was in the wrong one. Shit. Let's put this back to, I guess, 50 or whatever it had before. Micro widgets top bar. There we go. Jesus. Okay, text transform, mobile header, mobile menu. Yeah, it should have been here. Micro widgets in navigation.
Right there, left padding on the bottom.
In top bar. I did, but it doesn't.
No, scroll down. Keep scrolling a little bit.
That's it. That's all
Or perhaps you were already there. No, keep scrolling right.
Yeah, I know, but it shows on the navigation.
No, scroll down a little bit more. Scroll down.
I guess we have to dig more for it.
I thought I saw it. I saw something that said left bar, left
you know what?
padding.
It's probably inside. It's probably inside. Because look, when I hit edit this, now I'm editing the social icons. Should you show it on desktop, yes or no? Tablet breaking point, top bar right. Phone breaking point, navigation. Icon background size. So if the icon is too big, it can go smaller. Icon size itself. So the circle on the outside, you can control it. The icon size on the inside, you control it. If it has a border, what's the radius of that border? How much gap in between each one? What's the icon color? Does it have a background color? Do you want it custom? Hover color. Here's the icons. You want Facebook, Dribble, the order that you want the icons to be in. So everything is literally right here. But what I don't see is the padding for those icons.
I saw the padding like here on the left bar here. When you were scrolling down, I saw something
here, but I don't see
paddings, left micro widgets area padding. Yeah, that should be it right there. And you're putting 20 and it didn't do anything, huh?
Yeah, it didn't. Let me try something. That's strange. Let me try something. I'm going to drop in something on the right. I'm going to drop in a phone number on the right bar, and that should be something up here. Okay, that's the right bar, that's the left bar. Okay, so they're both there. I just don't see the padding in here for those sections, which is weird. Yeah, it's not affecting that because I think this is for this button right here. It's in the navigation. You see the book now? That's affecting that. So that's where we messed it up here.
Oh, okay, okay.
Adding, put it back to 10, save it, and I should probably fix the button. This one should have been 10, save. Yeah, so it was for this one. So I guess maybe there's something else for the micro widgets. Oh,
Yeah.
top bar. Okay, so that's the micro widget, but now we're gonna focus on the top bar, which is this section. You see what I mean?
Okay.
There
Yeah,
it
you
is,
could, yeah.
top bar paddings. So the left, 50. Boom. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Okay, so it's there. And then the right, 50. There it is. So you see, if you decide you do want to put the client's phone number here, and you decide you want to put the social here, you have that ability, and you control all the padding, the spacing, everything else for just this area. Content width line, full line, if it needs a line, it's pretty cool. And then you go back to your micro widgets and decide, you know what, I want the social instead on the right, and I want the phone number on the left. Boom, no coding required. We just swap the social.
Nice. I like it.
So you have that kind of, and this can, again, top bar. Header options now. Is this specifically the header itself? Should it have a shadow? Is it full, is it content width, full inline width for the line? Does it have a background? Do you want it full screen? So that's just a setting. Menu settings. What font should the menu use? There we go. So we said the body was open sans, so let's go ahead and make it open sans for the menu, just to kind of match. Boom. There it is. What font do you want it? Do you want it to be all caps? There's your menu. So these are all the menu options. If you want a description below menu items, I guess it's like a little sub-tab that's there. Font colors, font sizes, how you want the menu margins to behave, dividers in between the menu items. If you want lines, if you don't want lines, decorations, background outlines. Wow. Wow. Submenu.
Nice.
Font. Open sans. So it's a lot. You know, you have to kind of dig down. So now if I do this, my sub buttons are all now open sans. So you can control the background color, font size, accent color, padding, if it has a background or divider or anything for the submenu in there. So we can go on and on, but look, floating header options now. How should it behave? Floating navigation, the height of the floating navigation, the background of floating navigation. Mobile header, how should that behave? What's the breakpoint for the mobile header? Should it be right align, left align, center align? You want the logo in the middle for the mobile. Everything for the mobile settings are all in here. Mobile menu settings, what font should the mobile menu use? Should it be a completely different font? You know, should it be a more readable font because the main website is cursive and then the mobile should be something else? Boom. Dividers, should have a divider, should it be disabled? What's the thing to the dividers? How should the mobile behave? Should it slide from the left? Should it slide from the right? Slide to the left, slide to the right. It's all there. How should you close the button? Should it be positioned on the right? What kind of close do you want? Little double icons like Google, little
Nice.
X. Should it have a caption? Should it have margins? Should it have icons? Should it have hover effects? All of that. And that is just top bar and header.
Wow.
We'll go deeper into every section. Page titles. This is how the page titles should behave throughout the website. Should they be centered? How much padding should they have? This is the style from each of them. Title, individual settings, the title, individual fonts, the breadcrumbs on the website, the responsiveness, how should that behave when it comes to titles? Sidebars. These are usually for blog pages and things like that. Should it be a background image? Should it have a divider? You know, more and more and more sub options. Footer and bottom bar. Right now, the footer has a background. It could be a full line at the bottom. It should be content width. What color do you want that background? Black, green, purple, have that option there. Should it be a background image? Should it be a slide out mode? I don't know what that is. Transparent, translucent, okay? But all of your footer settings are back here. Right now it's not full width. Right now the footer stops here and here. But if you want to make the slider, the footer full width, now it goes all the way, and you can control padding on the footer. Oh, and footer behavior. Right now it's set to 1/4, 1/4, 1/2. You want to change that to be 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Save the options. Now it's 3 equal backgrounds and it's black. See?
Nice.
Back to 1/4, 1/4, 1/2. And where did I change the color? It was here. I don't know what it was before, but I'll go with
I think it was kind of like a bluish, like some sort of bluish color.
All right, it was greenish blue. It don't matter. So there it is there. So you have that ability to control that on there. You have the ability to control the accent colors for the footer specifically. Then you have your bottom bar, which is this little copyright area. How should the bottom bar behave? Should the logo be here? Should the logo be in the middle? Should all the content be centered? What's the height of the bottom bar? You know, say 60 is too high, let's go with 30. What kind of padding? What's the mobile break?
The bottom bar is where the copyright is, right? Yeah.
Right there. So text area, you can put a code like this, which is kind of cool. You can drop it here and it tells you year. All right. I think this is something. This might be the right area. Yeah, right here, you see?
Yeah.
Automatically it knows what year it is, so we don't have to change that by using that code. And then this has to be something else designed by Figma Design or whatever.
Yeah, very nice.
So everything is in these theme options as you go each section. This is what, when you talked about buttons, this is where the buttons are. How do you want the buttons to be globally treated? So like the search button, the submit button. So do you want it to be 3D shape? Do you want it to have a shadow? How should it be? Should it use an accent color, custom color? How should the hover behave? The font for those, should it be all caps? How big should the icons be? Should it have a border? Or what's the border radius? What's the border width? Remember you mentioned a border before? Yeah, let's give it a pixel border. So now all buttons on the site should have a pixel border. And, well, we gotta find what color, I guess. Oh wait, this is the medium button.
Yeah, border without a fill.
No. But besides that, you have your small buttons, your medium buttons, and your big buttons. So you can individually customize them all. Border width, icon size, font color. So whatever you do to one, make sure you do it to all three.
Okay.
If you want to go 3D buttons, and then this should, you see how the buttons are now with that little black bar in the bottom? If you want to have shadow, you hit that, and now there it is. See a little shadow?
Yeah, very cool.
So you have that ability, you have that control, but you don't have to design a button from scratch in Photoshop. You pick all the possible options in here, you set them globally, you do a screenshot, you're good to go. I'm not gonna go through everything. Don't worry about contact forms because that's contact form 7. We're gonna be using the other one, but you have your post types. Post types are like blog poem, how should a blog behave, the blog titles, the portfolio, the gallery, you know, you have all those options built in there. Images and styling on hover. Right now, all standard images on the website are behaving normal, but you should have the ability of making everything grayscale. What that has a hover effect in this case. Look, you see these images?
Yeah.
Black and white. So we want them to be.
Actually, there's a little delay. You said that it was doing a hover. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, sorry. So, but that's not every image. That's specific portfolio images or images with hover effects that get affected. Okay. So that's only specific style photos. You know, default image hovers. You have that kind of control. Let's see what else. Share buttons, widget areas. You know, how should the default sidebars? And then here, if it's not in here, you can just go to advanced. And here's where you will put your own custom CSS. Globally, you control if you want the website to have responsive. If you want lazy loading use, we do use that. if you want the smooth scrolling on or off, fast image loading, SEO, we disabled it because we're going to use an SEO plugin, and then custom CSS. So if the basic stuff doesn't do what you want it to do, and you want to custom style your own stuff, you do it in Chrome, you paste it here, you save it, you're done. So these are the settings. This has nothing to do with designing the page. Now, designing
this
is old
this
school.
basically this is like the CSS.
Right. So now we're done with the design. We're done with the overall look. Now we want to design this page. It's just like you did before. You go in and you're going to have your visual composer. There's your visual composer. Welcome to the 7. It has a little video. Here's the text. You can move stuff up and down, decide how you want to lay it out. Now, each page also have control. Show a slideshow. Show a fantasy title. Be a default. Do you want the header to be transparent on this page, or do you want it to be a default? You know, so it has some options. Do you want a slider revolution on this page? Yes. What slider revolution? This one. So it automatically will add the slider revolution for you on the top. You see the welcome? The welcome that you see there is actually right here. The slider revolution was turned on right here. You see? And you have individual padding and spacing and stuff on the page. So from here on, it's standard Visual Composer. I'm sure as you're experimenting with this site, you're gonna find more stuff in here, but everything else, like the base of the site is all in there. So everything else is just standard. Any questions?
Nope, everything's been very.
Oh, I'm gonna send you a login. I'm gonna send you a user just for you. You go in here and play with it. Upload the Fondue logo, play with the fonts, play with the settings. I'm gonna see why that one font is not loading.
You know what? It could be something with the Google fonts because as far as it being fairly new, because there was other fonts that I was trying to explore with, and I couldn't, like I would see them in Google fonts, but I couldn't find them on universal type.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but this one in particular, I did find it on universal type, and that's why I used it.
Okay, and hold on, let's go to Google real quick. What was the name of the font?
Bodega Serif.
Bodega, B-O-D-E.
G-A.
Bodega Serif, here it is.
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay.
That's the one.
Google from these external foundries, no. That's weird, that's not a Google font.
It isn't?
No.
So what are these?
You have to buy it from Type Network. Why would it even show it here? It's not available. Oh, no matching source. Oh, wow. So they're doing advertising now. That's messed up. So you see?
Yeah, it is confusing.
It's not a Google font.
Oh.
So it showed you advertising for you to buy the font from somebody else. Oh, that sucks. So yeah, pay close attention. That's why it didn't appear over there.
Oh, okay.
What's also good about this theme is that when you do go to the typography part,
yeah,
you could see all the fonts in here as you're experimenting.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, you see right here? So you can actually see, yeah, look, you can actually pick and it'll preview the fonts right in here. Yeah, that's cool. So this does bring in all the fonts from Google. So that wasn't a Google font, that's why. So you're gonna have to find something close to that Bodega says. Let me see something. Bodega says, oh, let me stop this recording. Because I think we're done with the tutorial.
Yeah.